Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
You're listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not. Get into the loop with us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we're your radio gateway to what's trending with beauty, fashion, health, wellness, and sex.
Yeah, mostly sex.
Learn and laugh with us anytime, any place. Go right to our website, anthonyvincentsalon.com. Click away and listen today.
You'll be glad you did.
Yes, you will be.
Elise, we have a great show today, and it is a very, very special day today.
Of course we have a great show, and yes, I know. I can't wait for you to discuss this very special day we have today.
Yes, today is the anniversary of D-Day,
Yes.
1944.
Yes.
The World War II, 1939 to 1945, the Battle of Normandy, which lasted 6 years from June to August. It resulted in Allied liberation of Western Europe from Nazi Germany's control. Codename was Operation Overlord. The battle began on June 6, 1944, also known as D-Day, when some 156,000 American, British, and Canadian forces landed on the 5 beaches along a 50-mile stretch of the heavily fortified coast of France's Normandy Beach. The invasion was one of the largest amphibious military assaults in history and required extensive planning. Prior to D-Day, the Allies conducted a large-scale deception campaign designed to mislead the Germans about the intended invasion target. By late August 1944, all of northern France had been liberated, and by the following spring, the Allies had defeated the Germans. The Normandy landings have been called the beginning of the end of war in Europe.
What a wonderful tribute. That was awesome.
But today, after giving our props to the great heroes of our country, we're going to be talking about why we should be drinking tomato juice.
Really? Mm-hmm. After all that?
After
we're talking
all
about
of that,
we're talking about tomato juice?
Well, I think these soldiers back in 1944 for breakfast all had tomato juice. and it made them especially healthy and especially alert to conquer the enemies.
Well, they did a great job.
Yes, they did.
And so it must have been the tomato juice.
Mm-hmm. And also, tomato juice is a waist shrinking superfood.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Tomato juice is awesome for you.
It is excellent.
As are tomatoes, but tomato juice, you're getting actually so much more because it's all just mixed up in there, and it's fabulous, and it goes right through your whole body. And yeah, it does really beautiful things to your body.
And it's very, very tasty.
I love it.
Especially with vodka.
Okay. You know, he's always got something on his brain. Today it's vodka.
Well, a new study from the China Medical University in Taiwan.
That's the new place, Taiwan.
They found that women who drank a daily 9-ounce glass of tomato juice for 2 months, they saw a significant decrease in their body fat and their body weight.
And the folic acid is amazing for you.
And the lycopene, like how do you say it?
Lycopene.
That's the one. That's the one. So It must have been the lycopene. Lycopene that the women didn't change anything else in their diet or their exercise routines. They saw an average reduction in waist circumference of 1.6 centimeters.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, not to change the subject, but did you know that you can use tomato juice as an astringent on your face if you have oily skin?
I did not know that.
And you can also, you can put it on your face and it will remove any dead cells too.
Really? That must be the acidic value in the tomato juice.
It's an amazing thing. You can also use it in your hair. And if a skunk gets you,
I was just going to say,
you can take a bath.
You keep reading my mind.
I like being in your head. But no, seriously, you can do so many wonderful things with tomato juice. Drinking it is also one of the best things.
Yep, absolutely. It lowers your cholesterol.
Yes.
And it's been shown to build a better immune system. You know, it lowers your cholesterol, reduces the risk of developing prostate cancer, although I didn't think women had a prostate.
Not that I've known anything about, but hey, I guess it's for you.
Yep. And it also protects against heart disease.
Oh, yeah. It's really good for you.
Yeah, very good. This particular study in China was performed with 30 women and no men. But considering the average waist circumference of men, we talked about this
Yes, we did.
a couple of weeks ago in one of our shows, of men over the age of 20, their waist circumference had crept up to like 39.7 inches.
Oh, my.
I mean, how many guys with a 40-inch waist? That's big.
I don't even know any, to be honest with you.
Well, tomato juice is very, very tasty, whether you have vodka or not. But tomato juice is very popular on airplanes, and it has been scientifically proven to taste better at 3,000 feet.
Oh, that's interesting. I have to just tell you, I have this amazing recipe for Hungarian cabbage soup, and it's made primarily with tomato juice. If anybody wants it, reach out to me at trendradio920@gmail.com. I'll send you this amazing Hungarian cabbage soup recipe and big one here, a $50 gift certificate for Anthony Vincent Salon. So definitely reach out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are generous.
I'm generous, yes.
Yes, you
with
are.
gift certificates from you.
Well, no regrets from me. I love giving away.
I know you do. That's why I just offered it.
Speaking of regrets, do you know what men's biggest sexual regret is?
Oh, I could only imagine, especially coming from you. Tell me. Tell me. I'm waiting.
Lost opportunities.
Oh. Okay, and why is that?
Well, okay.
Well, what about women? Wouldn't they have a regret for a lost opportunity also?
Yeah, women are wired a little bit differently than men.
I have to tell you something.
Tell me.
I would think that I would be upset about a lost opportunity also. I'm not wired all that differently.
Well, women actually had more regrets about sex they did have, not sex they didn't have.
Okay. Tell me about your study about lost opportunities and men.
Well, let me finish the thought on the women since you asked, but they said that their biggest regret was losing their virginity to the wrong person.
That's very interesting that you should say that. But the truth of the matter is that unfortunately, as teenagers and young adults, I guess, everybody, we, men, women, girls, boys, get kind of lost in that whole little generational thing of losing your virginity. And
it's not losing it, you should be giving it. But
well, you're giving it, you're losing it, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter because you can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's like,
gone, that's right.
That's it. There's no going back. You can't unring that bell. But the thing is that, you shouldn't have any sadness about that or any discomfort about it. It's
should
something
be a happy.
Yes, but I mean, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. And sometimes you get lost in a moment and you just do it. And there's nothing you can do about it. So you need to move on from that. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
We all do that.
I probably shouldn't be talking about anything personal.
Then don't.
Well, I was going to tell a story about how I lost my virginity.
Must we hear this? I don't want to hear this.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Sure.
Wait. Is it you that we're talking about or the vernacular you?
No, this is me.
Yeah, no. We don't want to know. TMI.
Alrighty, I'll tell you later about
do
how
that.
I lost my virginity.
You do that. I'm waiting with bells on. Remember, you can't unring that bell.
That's right. All right. Well, getting back to the women whose biggest regret was losing their virginity to the wrong person, some said that it was cheating on a past or present mate, and others regretted getting sexual too quickly.
Oh, yeah, that could happen too.
Mm-hmm. More women than men also regretted having sex with someone physically unattractive.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, that's called. Get what?
No, I don't want to hear what you were going to call it. Oh boy.
Okay, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Oh,
okay.
Sure.
Having sex with someone who's physically unattractive, that's called novelty sex.
Ay, ay, ay. You know, the
Anyway.
thing is, again, can't unring this bell. And he's unbelievable. But besides that, I wouldn't regret anything. Don't have any regrets. Just move forward and learn from it.
That's correct.
You know, that's the thing. You're learning a lesson. It's all about the experience. You had the experience, and don't beat yourself up for it. Just move on from it. But anyway, what were you going to say about the lost opportunities for men?
Well,
There was something else?
Oh
or?
yeah, there was a bunch of it. It's also called mercy sex.
Ah, mercy.
Yeah, do you know,
It was a
mercy sex?
I know what mercy sex is.
You do?
I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I do.
Well, maybe you saw that special person at the gym, but you didn't have the courage to ask for their number, or maybe you realized it's too late that cute barista over at Starbucks was flirting with you when she was actually talking about having a conversation about whatever that was. They were having a conversation about a few months ago. Well, you know, whether or not you missed an opportunity at love or sex, it really does depend a lot on your gender, whether you're guys or girls. And, you know, I got to tell you, this is actually a personal story of regret, but it wasn't for sex or love. It was
Is
just
it a personal story again from you, or is it a personal vernacular story?
vernacular.
Okay.
So this guy I know,
Oh, God.
he must have been about,
What, 40?
no, 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
But he looked like he was 16.
Of course he did.
You know,
Why not?
he was handsome. He was well built, even as a young man. And he's babysitting his two little cousins at Seaside Park, and he was hanging out on the boardwalk with the two little kids, and he was playing games with them and bringing them on the go-karts and stuff like that. And this hippie chick, who must have been about 16 or 17, with a bandana and a little handkerchief tied around her chest as a shirt, and these really tight faded jeans and sandals.
What year was
Says-
this? Was this in the 70s? With the bandana and the hippie chick?
So anyway,
I'm getting scared here.
she approaches him,
The 12-year-old.
the 12 or 13-year-old, and says, "Hey, Legs, you want to go to a party?" And I mean, he looked at the girl with his mouth open and eyes wide, and said, I'm babysitting. Maybe another time." And she said, "Oh, too bad," and walked out of his life, never ever to be
seen
found.
again.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was what we call
So hippie
the
chick.
vernacular.
Hippie chick, if you're out there and you remember the story
About this vernacular guy.
about the young man with the nice legs and the party,
Reach out to us
Yes.
at trendradio920@gmail.com.
I'll be glad you did. I don't know if I can go on with the story. I'm touched. I'm so touched.
I think we're done with that story, Mr. Vernacular.
No, we still got to talk about heterosexuals, bisexuals, and Lebanese Americans.
No more hippie chicks, though, right?
No, that's way past. So, according to a survey of 2,500 heterosexuals, bisexuals, gay, and lesbian adults, led by researchers at the University of California, Los Angeles. I mean, where else would they have a study done but the University of Los Angeles at California? Men are likely to rue the times they failed to score.
Wow.
Yeah, the men polled said their biggest sexual regret was the lack of adventure during their younger days. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute, that was my story just then.
Really?
My younger days, yeah.
Oh, so was that your story about you?
No, it was my story about a guy I know.
Was that your regret?
No, come on.
Come on.
Okay. The guys wish they had taken advantage of more sexual opportunities, while.
That's so interesting. I just have to interrupt you as usual. I just have to say this one thing. I guess I can understand that. You see, the guys are feeling these regrets because if you realize men definitely mature at a much slower pace than women do. So you're taking, and don't misunderstand
I'm still
this.
maturing.
Yes, I know you are. We're not talking about you right now. We're talking about the vernacular you and the vernacular 12-year-old, 12 or 13-year-old, and this 16-year-old girl who thought that 12 or 13-year-old was 16. But if you think about it, had he even been 16, he still may not have gone because he matures at a much slower pace than the 16-year-old girl, which is why the 16-year-old girl typically wants the 19-year-old guy.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, that's where that happens. So that's very interesting. Okay, please proceed.
Well, I know this guy who, when he was 19, he wanted the 25-year-old girl.
Well, yeah, that I understand. I know that too. I know that guy also.
You know that guy?
I do know that guy. That's the vernacular guy again.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, the men said that shyness is what stopped them from flirting with a prospective love interest.
And I can understand where shyness would come into effect sometimes, given the age of the guy. But also, some guys are shy.
Yeah,
I know a lot of shy guys.
I say this all the time and nobody believes me, but I'm actually very shy.
I do know that.
Yeah.
I do know that. And I actually never did believe you, but I do now.
Yes.
I do believe you now. Although, you can be assertive and aggressive with most things, with a lot of things, you're still basically, a sweet, shy guy.
Well, not when you put me behind a microphone.
Well,
or behind a styling chair.
Nobody can see you behind the microphone except for me and Stu.
So, it's all about the genes, and males are actually driven to have more sex so that they can maximize the opportunities at reproduction.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, females have a lot more at stake.
Absolutely.
Because it's when they decide to pick a sexual partner, these tendencies, have been hardwired in humans for thousands of years. And when I'm talking about, the responsibilities for a woman is
absolutely
pregnancies, the responsibilities that come along with becoming a mother and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, we have way more responsibility than you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we mothers anyway.
Well, so how can men and women live a life with less regret?
Well, you have to, first of all, don't have regrets. Understand that whatever it is that you've done, anything that happened 2 minutes ago, you can't do anything about anyway. You can only be positive, understand, learn the lesson, and move forward. Yeah. That's just my way of doing it. I don't have any regrets.
Don't look back at what you've lost. Look ahead at what you have to gain.
Absolutely. And you know what? You just took those words right out of my head. Get out of my head, you.
We do that. So guys, if you get a little uneasy about approaching the ladies, give your self-confidence a thorough review. And no, overly self-confident guys don't always get the girl. Remember, it's how you perceive yourself that has a lot to do with how others perceive you.
Now that's the truth.
That is.
And guys, I can just say this one thing. Look in the mirror. Make sure your hair is fabulous. Make sure you have a great haircut.
Come and see me.
Yeah, absolutely. Go see Anthony. But besides that, smile, stand tall, stand straight, and just know that everything is going to be fabulous. Walk in wherever you're going, smile, look at the lady, smile, look around, smile. A good smile is definitely something that shows confidence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Women like that. And if you like somebody, go over, say hello. It's okay. What's the worst thing she can do? Get away from me? You're hideous? It's not going to happen. She'll just turn away or whatever, or say, you know what? I'm with somebody. I'm taken, whatever. Just smile, be confident, stand tall. You'll be fabulous. I think.
So guys, if a shot at love is in the cards, chances are it will find a way into your life. And when it does, open yourself up for a whole new adventure to find out if that person is right for you.
Absolutely.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Who's our sponsor?
Us.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got flat hair? Want to blow it up? Squeeze and tease. You're volumized. Now it's supersized. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
And now for the fun facts on finance
From a feminine point of view, our very own Dina Cobran.
of DC Alexander Wealth Management. Welcome back, Dina.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
How are you?
I am fantastic.
We have some questions about some major concerns, Social Security concerns. Can you help us with that?
Yeah, that's a hot topic these days.
Very big.
So, people are really worried. Is it going to last? Is it not going to last? Even people who are retired collecting Social Security are worried. And I'm here to say that the people who are collecting are fine. People who are going to be collecting are probably fine. But beyond that, we don't know how fine they're going to be because they're the largest group. The baby boomers are now collecting Social Security in record numbers. And the money that's in Social Security isn't being invested in such a way that it's really going to be growing at any.
How is it going to last?
The problem is we don't really know how much is going to last. And that's the big debate out there is because well, I guess we should start with this. We don't know how long it's going to last, so you can't rely on it 100%. Okay.
Right.
So you have to invest yourselves in order to make sure that you have a proper income coming in for retirement. Anthony and I had an actually interesting story about retirement recently.
Yes, we did.
And I asked him to share this.
Okay. Well, it was just a few weeks ago that I was in the Social Security office. I had some questions. I really didn't know what questions I should be asking. And I texted you.
Right.
And people, you text or call Dina, she gets back to you right away and has the right answer for your question. And what I asked for was a projection of what my Social Security might be when it's time for me to receive it. And let me tell you, it wasn't a whole lot.
Right.
So at that point is when I decided I really needed, gazelle intensity to start saving toward my retirement. And
well, here's the thing. What they, when you go to the Social Security office, they're going to give you what they want you to know. So they're going to give you the basic of information of here's your Social Security at age 62, at 65, at 72, what have you. But I asked Anthony to ask them, well, did you ask them or did they give you information about whether there's flexibility of when you start it, when you stop it? Can you stop it after you've already started it? A lot of people are under that misconception that there is no way to stop it. And you might say, well, why would I want to stop it? But here's the thing. Here's the harsh reality, people. You might be starting to collect at age 62 and realize at 64, you need to go back to work.
that's much of the country today.
Right.
But what if you actually do start it and stop it, can't stop it, whatever it is, but what if it's actually not there? When they say, what if they give you a proposed amount that you're going to be getting at a certain age and it's really not there? Then what do you do?
Well, then you have to rely on your own retirement plans. Okay. That's why we're telling people that they really have to rely on themselves. They really have to get their own retirement plan started. They really have to, seek out advice on this information, because unless they actually seek with somebody like me or another professional that they're working with to run illustrations and hypotheticals for them, they're not going to know whether they can even retire when they want to retire. And some people say, well, I'm never going to retire. That's okay. I don't need to be concerned about that. I'll just keep working until I drop.
That's what I said.
A lot of people say
I
that.
was wrong.
Well, you never know if you're going to get sick. and you're forced to retire. That's the other problem too. Is a lot of people will think that they're going to be healthy until they're 100 years old, and that's the other big thing too. Is people are just living so much longer, and the scariness is people are potentially going to outlive their money.
Yes, I've been reading a lot about that.
Yes.
Outliving your money.
Yes,
a big concern.
Exactly, and so having the money invested in various ways is great. You have to monitor it frequently to make sure that it is properly allocated so that you can continue to receive the income that you so desire in retirement.
So that would be if you're receiving Social Security, but also putting your own plan in place now so that you will have an income that keeps you.
Yes, exactly. We want to make sure that the income that you expect is going to be there for you and your future and for your family and their future.
Got it.
Which is why it's so important to reach out to Dina. So why don't you give your information?
So you can email me at dkobrin, KOBRIN, at nextfinancial.com. And don't forget to ask us about getting your free copy of the White Paper Report, 5 Big Threats to a Secure Retirement.
Fabulous.
Do it today. You'll be glad you did.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Next Financial Group Incorporated, member FINRA/SIPC. DC Alexander Wealth Management is not an affiliate of Next Financial Group Incorporated. 2346 Route 33, Suite 307, Robbinsville, New Jersey 08691. Phone number 609-945-7330.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
And we're back.
And if you're just joining us now, your favorite salon is now your favorite radio show.
We make you healthier, wealthier, and sexier every time you listen.
Tune into us.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We are Trend Radio.
We are.
So, Elise, does menopause make you fat?
It can.
It does.
It doesn't always. Not everybody in menopause is fat.
That was a question.
Oh, well, it can.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. I'm not in menopause. Are you?
No, I'm in menopause.
Yes, you are.
You know, because as you know, I just recently turned 40.
Oh, I'm going to just kill you.
Yeah.
Oops. I shouldn't say that on the air. Scratch that.
Yeah. If I disappear, you know who did it.
Co-host. Mm-hmm.
Well, guys or girls, old or older, young or old, everyone dreads the midlife spread. It's inevitable.
The midlife spread.
Yes.
Yeah.
But is it due to menopause?
Or menopause?
Well, you know, there is no really strong data to show that the weight gain is related to menopause.
Yeah, I believe that. But, you know, I think that a lot of when you're going through menopause, there are so many different hormonal changes that, you know, sometimes you do eat more. You're not feeling good, so you reach for something. That happens all the time. You know, I mean, it could be anything. So it doesn't necessarily mean that menopause is going to make you fat. It means that you need to control yourself a little bit more because you're going through something and it's hormonal.
That's right. In fact, Marjorie Gass, she's a MD. She's the executive director of the North American Menopause Society. Did you even realize there's a menopause society?
I did.
Oh, are you a member?
I'm not. I told you I'm not in menopause. I'm not even in perimenopause yet.
Oh, is that like Perry Tyler?
No, it's not, Anthony.
Well, you know, there are age-related weight changes that really affect everybody, men, women. Yep. And what it is, it's just what you said. It's a slowing metabolism that makes it a little harder to lose the weight.
Of course, it's what I said.
Mm-hmm. So
Of course it is.
Yes, you're the boss of me. So women need to eat less and exercise more just to maintain their weight.
That is correct.
Same
and
for guys.
Also, and I say this all the time, as do you must continue to hydrate yourself, even more so now. You want to even drink more water. Your body needs more fluid. So, put down all that extra coffee because that's going to dehydrate you, and drink some more water. Put some delicious lemon in it, some lime, some cucumbers. We love that.
Cucumbers.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. And, you can just add some delicious herbs to that. It just mint is fabulous in your water. It just really makes for a really good, clean, muscle hydrating. I lost it.
No, you didn't.
Elixir.
Great word. I love that word. You talked about hormones and
Oh,
yeah,
it's your joke. You got to say it. I know. How do you make a hormone?
You don't pay her.
Right. Okay, go on.
Well, anyway, hormonal changes can make it difficult to stick to a healthy weight, but they actually don't cause weight gain.
That is correct.
Once you hit perimenopause, the good lean muscle mass with the faster metabolic rate is depleted. Now, everything changes at that point. That's why you could be the same weight as you were in high school, like I am. I am the same weight as I was in high school.
But everything gets distributed differently.
Well, that's right. The fat replaces the muscle and takes up more room that weighs less.
Yes, fat does weigh less than muscle.
Actually, what weighs more, a pound of steel or a pound of fat?
They both weigh the same amount. They're both a pound.
You see? You are not only cute, adorable, and beautiful, you're smart, too.
And you know what? I would way rather have the steel. I want the pound of steel.
You don't want the pound of
I don't
feathers?
want the pound of fat.
Okay.
I thought you said fat.
Whatever, I say a lot of stuff.
Now you just said feathers? Come on, they all weigh the same.
I'm a guy, and we have a leeway.
Yes.
You got to give the guy leeway.
I'm giving you plenty of leeway.
Well, use it or lose it. That's especially applicable when it comes to your muscle tone. So get your diet in order and start to move around more, and it'll put you in good shape. Literally?
Literally and figuratively.
That's right.
Yes, we'll keep our figures going.
Mm-hmm. Now, menopause. Do men go through menopause?
I think they do.
Is there such a thing as menopause?
Yes, there is. I think you're very hormonal. I think you're in menopause. I definitely think so.
Well, I'm not getting any hot flashes.
I've seen you get hot.
Hot under the collar.
I've seen you, and you have this vein that starts to pop out of your head when you get hot.
Yeah, but it's usually some employee that's putting it there.
I don't care what it is. I've seen it happen. And you get a hot flash, and then you open the front door because you're hot and you need the air. And then you tell me to turn on the little air conditioner above our heads. I'm telling you, he gets it. He's in menopause.
Well, they don't go through hot flashes, but they can have problems.
Oh, like what?
Well, like not getting hot enough.
Oh.
Testosterone levels.
Really?
Yes, testosterone levels.
Are you having problems with your testosterone again?
You're talking about the vernacular you?
Of course, always.
Yes. No. Sexual desire as well as erections can fizzle out. But male menopause, it's actually andropause.
Is that what it's called? Andropause?
Andropause, yes.
Okay.
Now, guys can lose their energy. They can lose their golf drive, their tennis serve, as their muscle strength begins to dwindle. And like women, they become a lot more susceptible to osteoporosis.
Wow. You really know a lot about this menopause, mister.
Well, I've read a lot about it.
Are you doing the research?
I
I guess it must have been that little book that you were given for your birthday. This is what happens.
Well, guys, if you're losing the hair on top of your head, and tired of that blahness, that blah, blah, blah.
Are you blahness? Are you blah?
Not me. There's nothing. I'm a lot of
you know
things,
what?
but blah
You
is
are
not
not
one of
blah.
them.
You're right. You're not blah.
That's right. That's right. Well, if you do have the blahs, you're tired, the hair on top of your head is kind of falling out, you're finding it on your pillow in the shower drain, ask your doctor about a hormone test. You might be a candidate for testosterone therapy.
Yes, but the thing is that can't testosterone therapy lead to prostate cancer?
No proven test.
But they do say that it's something that can happen.
Well, testosterone therapy has been linked to prostate cancer, though that is far from proven.
Okay, so they haven't proven it,
No.
but they're linking it to it. So it's something that you definitely, it's questionable then.
That's right. It's questionable. There is no proof, no nothing. Now, testosterone does cause some prostate enlargement, but not enough to cause any problems, like with a urinary blockage.
Really though? But wait a second. Let me just back up for a second. So it causes some issue with the prostate. Whether it's, enlargement is an issue in my mind.
A slight enlargement. Listen, young guys in their 20s with raging testosterone, they'd be falling left and right with prostate cancer, but they're not.
Okay.
So, and that.
All right. I just, that's just a concern because as you get older, there are so many other things that happen too. And so with this added thing, and they're saying, though, it's been linked, although it's not been proven, it would just be a concern for me.
Well, even guys who don't take testosterone, older guys get a swollen, enlarged prostate.
Yes, I know. I know that.
So, they're saying, this study is saying it's been linked, but again, no proof.
Okay.
Anyway, on the pro side, it will correct problems that we've just talked about, except for baldness.
Which I think is a huge problem for men. Men freak out with baldness.
They do.
Yeah, they do. I know.
It's too much. It's a lot of testosterone. And even some female bodybuilders who use testosterone to get those man-like muscles, they will lose their hair also.
Wow.
Yeah, I've known some bodybuilders that their hair does thin out.
Wow. Do they lose it completely and become bald, or do they?
No, it comes back. It's only during the testosterone therapy.
Okay.
So, and also another pro is that the testosterone decreases the level of LDL cholesterol. That's the bad
cholesterol.
Lowers
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's great.
And it improves the insulin sensitivity.
Oh, so that's also a good thing.
Yeah. Testosterone helps your muscles grow when you do resistance exercise. Yeah, going to the gym.
Right.
So, and
well, that's a good part too. All right, so you wear a hat.
Yeah, you wear a hat. You sprinkle the little fibers on your head.
Yeah, you can. There's so many things you can do for baldness these days.
Yes.
And what about Rogaine or something like that? Will that work against the testosterone?
It works. I believe the Rogaine doesn't necessarily grow hair, but it stops what you have from falling out.
Oh, all right.
But, another little known fact about testosterone and testosterone therapy is that it decreases the risk for diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer.
Wow.
So testosterone is good.
I guess it can be, given the right dose. You don't want too much because that makes you crazy.
It does. You'll get
I've seen some crazy guys.
Rage.
I've seen some crazy guys on too much testosterone.
Yeah.
And they're just raging, and that's not great.
But I think they're doing other things also.
Like what?
Trend. Trend Radio.
Yeah, don't add that.
Yeah, there are other steroids. D-ball. I don't.
How do you know all about these?
I'm just a plethora of information.
No, but how do you know about the steroids?
I go to the gym every day. I know guys that take them, and they look like little gorillas, little monkeys.
Yeah, they can't put their arms down.
Yeah,
I've seen one come into the salon once. Yeah, he was a lunatic.
They waddle when they walk. I don't know.
And he doesn't have very much hair.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
I guess that's why.
So, if your doc gives you the go-ahead, go on the testosterone therapy, but don't expect to feel 30 if you're 50. But at least you're not going to feel 70.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got chemistry? Is your salon consistent, happy, edgy, magical, impeccable, satisfying, trendy? Are you ready for anything? Say hello to beautiful.
Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
So, you know, our show is a lot about sex.
Yes, I do know. I'm sure everybody else does too.
And, you know, we talk about a lot of modern sex.
We definitely talk. Is there any other kind that you'd like to talk about today, Anthony?
I want to talk about some like antique sex.
Antique sex.
Yes, like Stone Age sex.
Like Fred Flintstone Stone Age?
Fred Flintstone sex. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Who was hotter, Wilma or Betty? I thought Betty was hotter.
I was about to say probably Betty because I like the hair better.
Yeah.
But she was, you know, I don't know. She was married to Barney. Yeah.
Well, you know, they
know.
say those little short guys, you know, have to make up a lot for their, you know, for their
Inability because they're small?
Because they're small, so they make up in their, you know, sexual
little man syndrome?
That's right. So, you know, he got the hot girl.
Yeah, well, Wilma was beautiful.
Wilma was beautiful, but she reminded me of my grandmother with the pearls.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and the dress.
Betty had the little diamond drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cute little blue dress. Okay. Yeah.
Well, Stone Age sex.
Oh, my.
Scientists have made this amazing discovery.
Did they find bones that were stuck together?
Well, they did find the bones, but there was pieces of them. So, and what they found out about Stone Age sex is that for every 17 women who reproduced, it was just one man that got those 17 women pregnant.
Wow. Talk about a caveman. Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Huh. I'll bet you in another lifetime you were one of those cavemen. Or the vernacular you, anyway.
I wonder, though, if these 17 women were jealous.
You know, I don't know. I would imagine they probably would have been. And some would, some wouldn't. I guess it depends, because if you think about it, in Utah, they're doing that now.
That's right. Big Love.
You know? Yeah, well, Big Love, he only had 3, but
God bless him.
we're talking about these Mormons, and some of them have, you know, 15 wives. So, yeah, 15, 16, 17, it's all the same at that point.
So anyway, the findings are based upon an analysis of DNA of 450 human fossils from a geographically diverse locations.
What an interesting thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
The researchers compared the Y chromosome DNA, which is inherited only from the guys,
Right.
and the mitochondrial DNA, which comes from only the women.
Good pronunciation, you.
Hey,
That was awesome.
I have a great tongue.
You do have a great tongue, and you're not just a pretty face, too.
That's right.
That was smart.
Okay, so the mystery is, why are these Stone Age numbers so out of whack?
Well, I'm sure you're going to tell us.
What do you think?
I'm not going to even think on this one. I just want to know. This is very interesting.
Could it be because some cavemen were a little more well endowed than others, and there were no clothes back then? So,
Well, there was
so you could see
clothing.
what you're getting.
They wore animal skin.
Yeah.
They wore animal skin. I guess some animals were bigger than others.
Well, this is the theory.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear the theory.
Okay. Was there a mass death of the males? No, there was not.
Although, think about this for just a minute. The men were the strong ones,
That's right.
okay, and they were the hunters.
That's right.
And so they went after the killing of the animals for food. So I bet you sometimes they didn't come home. Think about this. And so then, you know, in the cave next door, there was another family, and that man I would think would probably take care of his so-called brother's family.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm thinking that this had a lot of possibility there, because I believe they probably all kind of watched out for each other and took care of each other. I'll bet you, because the men were the ones that fought the most and again went for the food, there were a lot of deaths. I would think.
Wow, really, really good. I wonder, there was probably no ED problems back then.
I would probably think not, because if you think about this, the way they ate pure protein, pure vegetables. Their carbohydrates were all one ingredient. I mean, if you think about it, that's how I lost all of my weight years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I would always joke around, say I'm eating like a caveman, because everything I ate was a one ingredient food. It was all pure energy. So they didn't have the kind of body fat from McDonald's. Sorry, McDonald's had to. They didn't have the kind of body fat from hydrogenated oil because
fast foods.
They didn't have it. They only had pure one ingredient, fresh, I hate to say it, fresh kill, and everything was, just natural. There wasn't, pesticides. There weren't any of these things, and they drank water. They didn't drink Coca-Cola. They didn't drink coffee. They didn't with milk. They might have had some form of milk, not necessarily from a cow, but
from a dinosaur.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have what we have today. They didn't have the body fat.
Wow, that's really good.
It's
really
true.
Good. Well, one of the theories is that a few of the males have accumulated a great deal of wealth, pushing the other cavemen out when it came to reproduction.
And wealth, what was wealth to them?
Just what you said. Wealth was survival of the fittest. That has actually been survival of the richest.
I see.
And
very interesting.
Right now, but what makes a caveman rich? Certainly not gold, money, or fancy automobiles.
You're right. Survival. And another thing, when you're the best at what you do, you have the most confidence. And another thing, it's also a pheromone thing. Pheromones probably had a lot to do with the women too.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you can smell them pheromones from across the cave.
Well, if you think about it, they didn't do, again, what we do, but they didn't eat poorly, but they didn't do what we did. They only ate when they were hungry also. That was another thing. They didn't know really, in my mind, I would think, they weren't lounging on a couch somewhere watching television, the Flintstones, if you think about it.
The men were always hunting. The women were always gathering.
Yes, exactly. So there wasn't that time to lounge and
take care of those 17 kids.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they were just, that was all they were there to do. To
survive.
Yeah.
So the survival of the fittest and the richest could have occurred after the dawn of agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
The hunter and the grower. So this theory suggests that the top males were essentially the best farmers.
Ah, very interesting. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just when a few men got all the women is long gone.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
What? Why are you yawning?
Oh no, I was just daydreaming.
Were you really?
I was.
What, were you,
yes.
what? About what? Okay, forget it. I don't want to know. Nope. I see that look on your face. I do not want to know. Stop that. Go on.
Well, yeah, I was daydreaming. Do you know that daydreaming boosts your creativity and does improve your mood?
Oh, absolutely. I know that.
Yeah, that's why I'm always so pleasant all the time.
Is that why?
Yep,
Is that why you're always so pleasant, really?
that's right. For generations.
I thought it was the drugs.
No, I stopped them.
Okay, I'm sorry. For generations.
My drug is my perfume.
Okay.
Garlic.
Oh, yes, I know.
I am Italian.
Yeah, he smells like garlic right now. It's his perfume.
And any woman that approaches me smelling like garlic,
Yeah, put her to work right in the kitchen. I know.
garlic and a meatball, I'm weak in the knees.
Yeah, stand there barefoot with your broom, your pot. You're in good shape then.
And your wooden spoon.
Oh, always the wooden spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you're Italian, you always have a wooden spoon.
That's right.
I know,
You're
I'm
either
half
cooking
Italian.
with
I
it-
have half a spoon.
You're either cooking with it or you're getting beat with it.
Yeah, or hitting somebody else with it. I know.
Well, for generations, daydreaming, especially at times like during your class or at work, it's been looked down upon, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Teachers from the year one, they come over, bang, bang, bang. They hit the ruler on the table. Sometimes your hand gets in the way. But yeah, stop that dreaming, Elise. Oh, not me, but basically, stop looking out that window. That's what they would always say to me.
That's right. You're going to be an unproductive adult. You're
Always.
lazy.
Failure.
Well, contrary to popular belief, Mrs. Forch.
Forch?
Mrs. Forch, contrary to popular
You had a
belief.
teacher named Mrs. Forch?
Yes, and she looked exactly like her name.
Oh, boy. That's rough.
Research shows that daydreaming actually helps people perform better at cognitive tasks.
Really?
A new study, Mrs. Forch.
I just want to add one teacher in there also. Mrs. Henry also.
A new study recently performed at Bar Ilan University in Israel, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, showing that daydreaming has a positive effect on the brain.
Ooh, then I know that my brain is doing what it's supposed to do.
Absolutely. And
Because I daydream all the time.
and you are very, very creative and extremely efficient at any task you perform.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Coming from you, that's just a huge compliment.
Well, I'm easy to please, but very difficult to impress.
Oh,
And
thanks.
you impress me
Well, thank you.
on a daily basis
Oh,
with
thanks.
your accomplishments. Let me
Well,
tell
no,
you
that's
that.
awesome. Thank you.
That's the truth.
I believe you. And so does everybody else. So thanks.
So, researchers were able to provoke this daydreaming by stimulating the frontal lobe of the brain.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that.
According to Professor Moish Bar, who headed this study, they focused on stimulation on the frontal lobes because it's the central executive control network that allows us people to organize and plan for the future.
Oh, that's amazing. See, I love that. I love a study like this, especially when it comes to our brains.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and-
my second favorite organ.
I know.
My third biggest organ.
Yes. And definitely it's what he was not daydreaming about. That
on.
would have been his first organ. I know, I'm just kidding.
What's my biggest organ?
Your heart.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm very lovable, right?
You are.
Yes, I'm cute.
You're very cute.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Oh my gosh. Don't know anybody smarter.
I'm sexy.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking sexy here. Guys, I can't even handle this anymore, ladies. Oh my God. Ooh, it's like sizzling.
Well built.
Oh, yeah. He's so well built. Like a Tonka truck.
Big guns.
Yep, the biggest.
What are guns? What are guns?
Your arms. Yeah, he wants to make sure that everybody knows that he has himself some big arms over here.
What's my nickname?
Do I have to say it?
Yeah.
You're 357 Magnum.
That's
Oy.
right.
Oy, I can't believe you made me do that. Stop it. Stop it right now, you.
All right. What time are we talking about?
You see that? He lost his brain.
we were just talking.
I know.
This radio's just about talking.
Okay, let's go back to Moist Bar.
What's our radio show about? About what's hot
and what's not. Yeah.
And what's hot?
Oh, you are.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, when the subjects who were asked to perform cognitive tasks while daydreaming, they were found to perform better during daydreams than when fully focused on the task.
Oh, I would agree with that. When you're daydreaming, you're actually putting yourself into the positive perspective of the person who you want to be. So you can actually, if you move forward with that thought, you will be that person. And that's, I think, amazing.
It's almost like, cross brain, a workout, cross brain training.
Yeah.
So behavioral outcome like creativity and mood may also, that is positive, will contribute to the ability to stay successfully on task while the mind goes off on its merry little mental way.
Exactly. And that's just what I was saying. When you're daydreaming and you're putting yourself into that positive flow moving forward, you're going to be able to continue with that if you keep on track.
That's right. And this isn't the first study to find that daydreaming will help with certain tasks. There was a 2012 study published in the Journal of Psychological Science. They found that daydreaming could also aid in memory and recall.
Now that's amazing.
Total recall.
Now there was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Learn and laugh with us anytime, any place. Go right to our website, AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Click away and listen today.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to talk about, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card.
And how you make people feel becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.